Hello, in this video we're going to perform a benchmark test on VIVO X300 and OPPO Find X9. Okay, so for this test I'm going to use the Geekbench 6 app and also the AnTuTu benchmark on both devices, and we are going to compare the results. Let's begin with the Geekbench 6 maybe. So let's launch the app, then click on accept. Now let me only make sure that everything in the background is closed. Alright, in here, in the Geekbench 6, I'm going to run the CPU benchmark and also the GPU. Let's begin with the CPU. So let's run the test and I'll see you once we have the results. Okay, and as you can see we have our results. So in this test, VIVO is on the winning position. The single core score is almost 3,500, while on the OPPO we have almost 3,000. The multi-core score is 10,200 and on the OPPO it's 8,538. Now let me scroll down so we can see some more information about both devices. For example, the CPU. You can see clearly that VIVO has more memory. We have 16 gigabytes in here, while on OPPO we have 12. It's -1 in here in the memory information, but basically it's 12 and it's 16. Alright, now we have the integer score and the floating point score when it comes to the single core performance. On the VIVO it's integer score 3,500, floating point score also almost 3,500. On the OPPO it's 3,2800. So again, the VIVO is on the winning position when it comes to that. And the multi-core performance, integer score is 10,000 and the floating point is 10,600 on the VIVO. On the OPPO, almost 9,000 and floating point score is 8,300. Down below you can see some informations. So we can take a look on those values. Alright, I'll do the same with the single core performance because I think that I didn't do it. So that's my bad. You can take a look. Okay. And now I will perform a GPU benchmark in the Geekbench 6, so let's run the test and I'll see you in a second. Okay, and now we have the results. On the VIVO it's almost 22,000, while on the OPPO this time it's on winning position and we have 23,000. So, when it comes to the GPU, it looks like the OPPO is a little bit better than the VIVO. Okay, that is all when it comes to the Geekbench 6 app. Now I will launch the AnTuTu benchmark and we will run another test. So let's click on test now. It's going to take a little bit, so once again I'll see you in a second. Okay, and now we have the results, and when it comes to this test, the VIVO won. Down below you can see other values. For example, for the CPU, it's also available to expand this information, so you can take a look on your own how it presents. Now the GPU. All right. Now the memory. Okay, and the last thing is the user experience. And you can now take a look on the values. In here we can see a chart how the temperature increased and how many battery percentage we lost. So on the VIVO the temperature increased 10 degrees, and on the OPPO it's almost 9 degrees. Currently, when I'm touching the backside of each phone, it feels really warm. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.